Hello, and my name's Robbie from Girl Bike Love. In this video, we're going to be discussing a really interesting topic. Are you too old for spin classes? So I've been an indoor cycling instructor and personal trainer for many years, and I'm a firm believer in you have a body age and you have an age which is governed by time. So your body age could be 45, but you could actually be 60 years old in a matter of time. When it comes to knowing if you should be spinning or not, I don't think it comes down to age, but I think it comes down to ability. So spin classes come with a huge amount of benefits for older people. The first thing to mention is cardiovascular health. The better you can get this, the better that the heart can pump and deliver nutrients around the body. Next, we have joint health. So the more you can use your joints and keep them lubricated, the better you're going to feel and the better mobility and flexibility you're going to have in the future. Then we have muscular strength. So spinning does cause the muscles to work and you can really push them and test yourself. The more you can push these muscles, the stronger they're going to get over time. Then finally, we have sense of community. So one amazing thing about spin classes is they can be done with other people. Going to a spin studio, making new friends and meeting like-minded people is a great way to go to be social. If you don't fancy that, you've always got online communities and classes such as Peloton. So when are you too old for a spin class? So as I mentioned before, it doesn't come down to age in my opinion, it comes down to ability. But if you are unsure whether you are too old, here's a few things that I would recommend. So the first thing is if a medical professional tells you that you shouldn't be doing it. So if you've gone to your doctor and they say, don't do anything high intensity or go to a spin class, then you definitely shouldn't be going to a spin class. Next, we have if it makes you stressed or causes you to feel panicky. So if you're jumping on the bike, going into these high intensity classes and you start to panic and it really stresses you out, then that's a really good reason not to be spinning. Another reason being that you might be a bit too old for spinning is if you get pain or discomfort. This could be in the class when you're actually doing the session, or you could have some really bad after effects and need a lot of recovery. If you find that you are getting too much pain in either one of these ways, then maybe it is time to stop spinning. And finally, the last reason you might be a little bit too old for a spin class is if you're just not enjoying it. Sometimes when we do get a little bit older, these really high intensity forms of exercise just don't become enjoyable anymore and can feel just too much on the body. So if you find that you're going to spin classes or sitting on the bike at home and doing online classes and really not enjoying them, then maybe your body's just changing and wants to do something a little bit less intense. So are there any alternative options so you can carry on indoor cycling and spinning if you are getting a bit older? Well, yes, there's loads. The first thing you can do is learn to manage the intensity much better. So on your bike, you have a resistance style. You can have it so it's really heavy on the legs and really tough, or you can make it much lighter. I personally recommend as an instructor just to maybe go in a little bit lighter, and you could consider using a heart rate monitor to see how hard you're working to ensure you can stay below a certain level. You also have the option to use another kind of bike. So you could use an exercise bike, which has a little bit more of a comfortable saddle and sits you more upright. You just tend not to do standing on them. Or you could even use a recumbent bike, which has you lying down. And the last thing you could do is to train alone. So although it might sound crazy and take out the social element, but when you train on your own, you can do shorter sessions, you don't push yourself as much because you're not in that group dynamic, and you have control of everything you're doing on the bike. So are you too old for a spin class? So in my opinion, age is just a number. It more comes down to ability. So if you think that you can handle that high intensity session, then maybe give it a try. But if you are unsure, then I highly recommend going to see a doctor or a medical professional to make sure that they think you're capable of doing it as well. So, like I say, it really comes down to your ability and your fitness and your confidence to do it as well. But when in doubt, always contact a medical professional.